next in line is Boštjan Koritnik, CEO at Gledos. He is an educated lawyer and mediator working at the Faculty of Law, University of Ljubljana. He's passionately involved with several startup projects, being also the CEO of Gledos. So let's all give a warm welcome to Boštjan.
Hello. I'm a CEO of Gledos, Global Education Solution, and I would like to share with you some personal experience regarding education. So I have a friend, he works at Microsoft, and 15 years ago when he started his studying days, he attended a course called New Telecommunication Technologies. The lecturer explained, like, in near future, cars will have systems that will guide us to our destination. In 1 hour time, he sat in a car using a GPS. My story is a little bit different, but with approximately the same lesson. I enrolled at the Faculty of Law in 1998. The reason, motivation was twofold. One was emotions. I enjoyed the US series with hotshot lawyers, fancy cars, and beautiful women. The second was data. There was a media fuss about how many law offices open every day. And of course, I assumed that means demand for lawyers. In 2005, when I finished my studies, yes, I took my time, I found that that's not the fact. There was indeed no demand for lawyers, and the reason why there were so many individual law offices opening some 8 years ago was actually too many lawyers in the market. For example, a Faculty of Law, University of Ljubljana, where I work, enrolled 250 lawyers last year, students, that is, future lawyers. In my time, there were 700 of us. So this is what is written here. Students need data-driven decisions in education. Not emotions, but solid data, not media titles. The second thing I noticed in my, let's say, 3 years in the faculty is there are a lot of really quality lecturers, professors in small, middle-sized universities. Not only Ivy League, and they don't have the global reach. We don't know about them because they're not as renowned. Another thing is, I come from Slovenia, a little country, and I believe my educational opportunities are never the same as, for instance, for a citizen of the US. Of course, in theory, we can all sit on a plane, fly to Harvard, and apply. But real life is a little bit different. I believe we all have, let's say, some experience from the educational system. And, for example, have you ever sat, okay. What the fuck? Okay. Have you ever sat in a class irrelevant for your passion, for what you later needed in profession? How often were you dissatisfied with the quality of the lectures, the content, the educator, or even the surroundings, but you still paid for it? How often and how many times you wanted to mix and match lectures, classes from different institutions, but couldn't? Did you always know which classes to take in order to get to your career goal? I believe not. This is how the idea of Gledos was born. We need data-driven decisions in education. That's why we made a coalition of stakeholders, that is, ministries. We have endorsement from 2 ministries, research labs. One of our supporting labs is Institut Josef Stefan, which is one of the largest EU-based AI labs. Student associations, high school and university students associations, and companies. So our aim is to enable technology and to make this technology work for us. Wonderful. Okay. So, is technology a threat? Boston Consulting Group estimated in a survey that by 2025, 1/4 of all professions will be gone or at least really altered. Another Oxford study, 2 years previously, stated that in another decade, almost half of all professions in the US will be automated. So, does that mean that the future of education and the ways we know it is all black? Of course not. We should use technology in order to improve obtaining knowledge, learning, teaching. For instance, e-learning is one of that examples. So technology helps. Blockchain and artificial intelligence should help us obtain knowledge, teach, learn. For example, for achievement records, pay what you consume, learn, smart contracts, allocation of funds with scholarships, certification. Artificial intelligence for learning pathways, best fit talent search. This is what we need. But most of all, we need cooperation of all the stakeholders, of learning content providers, teachers, students in the widest sense of the world, meaning lifelong, ongoing students. Employers need employees that learn. One of my motto is, a man learns all his life, but yet he dies a fool. I believe everyone who seeks for success should follow that motto. Business and governments, they're also an important stakeholder. And of course, basis in technology. Data-driven decisions would enable students to select the most relevant programs from among the best, to assemble, combine different courses according to their needs and interests, and to earn a degree. One-size-fits-all system is not sufficient anymore. It's not good enough. Many talents are not only not noticed, they're actually suppressed by the rigid system of education we know now. We should change it. In addition, we should enable businesses, labor market, to give us data, constant flow of data regarding the needs of the businesses. For example, there's a need for blockchain developers. If you had such data some time ago, content providers would adapt, form courses that would suit that needs, students would attend, and there would be much less structural unemployment than it is now. Of course, IT sector is not the greatest example because IT profession is, let's say, more adaptable than some others, but I believe that would make an impact. Gledos is not just a company. It's a coalition of AI labs, strong governmental support, students, companies, organizations, all coming together around one thing. An initiative to change the educational process, to enable data-driven decisions based on artificial intelligence all in one place. Education is in the center. It's life goal of every individual. I believe it's not only in individuals' interests, but it's the society's interest to make this knowledge as accessible as possible and to allow every individual to empower himself in the area he feels best. Thank you.